I welcome every one of us to another fantastic episode today as we unveil one important content that we would like to share with our listeners and our audience. Happy new month to everybody globally. We give glory to God for giving us opportunity to be alive to see the month of August. Baba, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Àánú ló la rí gbà. Àánú ló dá wa sí. Kìkúkú ṣe mímọ̀ ṣe wa. Àánú ni. For everyone that is still breathing and is listening to this program, kindly help me say thank you to God. Thank you to Jesus for making us to be alive. For it is His mercy that we are still alive. His mercy and compassion endureth forever. Thanks be to God for the winds that blow, for the air, for the food, for everything that we are enjoying. I want to welcome you to today's episode, very interesting. And today we shall be discussing something that will be of benefit to all our listeners, to all our parents, because your welfare is our priority. We want to be seeing you happier, seeing you good, avoiding mistakes, and moving forward. You know, this platform is a solution platform, and we are looking at the king of all health, which is mental health, in children, in adolescents, in adults. But when we talk about mental health, we also know that mental health alone cannot stand alone. There are other components of health. The financial health is there, which we are still going to talk about. The spiritual health is there. We are still going to talk about it. The social health, even our physical health, we're still going to talk about it. But we are starting with the dimension of the king of all health, which is the mental health. Today we are going to be looking at the mental health of children and adolescents, and also the mental health of their parents, the caregivers, and individuals who are concerned with raising children that are having mental health challenges. Challenges because we know that from practice and from several people that have been managed by us, that children and adolescents, they also have mental health issues or mental health related issues, and we call it neurodevelopmental disorders. But they fall under a category that is described as children with special needs. Children with special needs. How are their parents managing them? How are the parents coping? How are these children? How are they also coping? So today we are going to be talking on ways by which parents can manage these children that are having mental health challenges, technically called how the parents can manage Owolabi children. Owolabi children are children with special needs. These are children that are having challenges, disability in them. But most time their parents focus on the disability, neglecting that there are abilities in these children. And of course, managing Owolabi children is very challenging. It is very, very challenging. Consider KK. That is, just describe the child as KK, a 15-year-old male child who is still in primary 1, and he has to tie pampers going to school despite 15-year-old. How do you think the parents will feel? How do you think this child will feel? And when he was born, there were a lot of celebration. There were a lot of jubilation. After waiting for like 5 years, the boy eventually came. But now, at 15 years of age, this boy is still tying pampers. He has not achieved expressive skill, while the other children of his age are already in SS3, SS2. He's still in primary 1. And the father, a medical doctor, a mother, a pharmacist. They are wondering, how come about a child like this will come from their family despite their own high intellectual quotient? A pharmacist, a doctor. How come about this kind of individual coming? It's a question bombarding the psyche of the parent. Even the child himself, having intellectual disability, having learning disability, has difficulty assimilating what he's learning in class. And sometimes he urinates on the pamper, inside the pampers. He cannot control his bowel and bladder functioning. It's still a big challenge. How do you think the parent will be feeling? How do you think the parents will be coping? Do you think the parents will be happy? Do you think the parents will be happy? And the parent has other children. Within the 15 years of that boy, they have children, 2 children. They've given birth to other 2 children. The other children are doing well. The other children have gone to secondary school, and it's alarming looking at their first child behaving like that. So how do you think it's going to affect you? How do you think the parents will feel looking at this child? And many at the time that the father, the mom, they have to have a lot of time dedicated for this child to take care of him. Oh, managing children with special needs is challenging. And for parents out there going through this kind of a situation, we have dedicated this content to celebrate you, good work you are doing. The good work you are actually carrying out is enormous. Coming to clinic, bringing them, paying for their bills, going through stress of transportation, and in some places there is no facility. There are some areas whereby the parents, they have to keep the child at home because they don't know what to do because of ignorance. It can be very challenging raising children with special needs. There are different kinds of them. Children, Owolabi children. Some are having what is called autism. In autism, they have a lot of issues, poor communication. They cannot communicate well. Some can express themselves. Some cannot express themselves. And some, they also have some other condition around them. I think in our future videos, we're going to talk about each of these dimensions, this condition, so that parents who are ignorant can know when they see this kind of individuals. And we are also going to talk of areas where they can be treated. Because as we have told you, we are solution-focused platform. We know areas, we know centers where these children can be managed. And I've managed a lot of them in the past. So there is hope for parents who are having children with special needs, technically called Owolabi children. Why do we call them Owolabi children? They are capital intensive in managing them. A lot has to be spent to manage these children, to make them to have quality of life. You can imagine a lot, some of them, they are seeing 2, 3, 4 professionals. They may be seeing a doctor, they may be seeing a psychologist, they are seeing speech therapists, they are seeing occupational therapists, some are seeing physiotherapists. It can be very challenging. And the question is that most times, their mental age doesn't grow as their chronological age is growing. And in most cases, it can be very, very challenging. So managing Owolabi children is a big issue that we felt like let us share this content with our listeners so that they can learn what are the way forward in handling them. So in managing Owolabi children, we want you to understand that there are a way forward to help to minimize the burden associated with managing them, because basically the burden of care on the family sometimes is enormous. In some cases, some women have to drop their job, resign their work in order to take care of the child. And in some cases, there are ignorance. There is ignorance on the part of the parent. They don't know what is happening. They look at it that it's a spiritual problem. So they start carrying the child from one place or the other, or it is a cultural challenge. There was a case of a man whose child was having autism. This man was accusing the wife. This man believed that it was because the boy was not taken for yam festival. That was why the child was not speaking, was not expressing himself. But the truth on ground is that when he was shown other children who also have similar conditions, and they didn't come from his tribe or his village, he was able to realize that it wasn't because he didn't take the child for yam festival that caused the autism for the child. Ignorance. And so it creates issue between the husband and wife. The husband will say, this kind of child has never been in their family. It is the fault of the wife. And sometimes the wife will accuse the husband. This kind of children has never been in her family before. Sometimes it causes strained relationships between families. And this is why this content is coming out, to make us realize that it's a medical condition. Children with special needs can be managed, but it is important for us to know that it can be very challenging, can be a bit challenging for both couples, and even for the child. The way forward is that it is important for the family to cooperate and seek for help, seek for therapy centers, seek for treatment centers that focuses on managing children with special needs. There are centers like that in Nigeria. If you are interested in knowing good quality center owned by government managing children with special needs, I can recommend them to you, and your children will be treated and they will get better. And if you need a private service of professionals who manage children with special needs, I can recommend for you, because those children, there are abilities in them, and that abilities can only be harnessed when the individual is quickly, timely managed. So early detection of their condition and early management, early detection, early intervention goes a long way in reducing the severity of the condition and in promoting quality of life for those children. Like I said initially, there are abilities in their disabilities.